financial advisory is not a very easy business. But generally, I say build that relationship with your client, and then you will clip the dividends later. Maybe in 1 year, 2 years time, you will get the business. Remember, you must always be around your customer, be it updating your customer, sending them broadcast messages. You build that relationship, you build that trust, you clip the dividend, you'll thank me for it.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Magnetic Zone. So today I have one of my lovely clients, Jacob Chong here, right, who is someone who has built a financial advisory business, right? Most people say that they want, right, which is referrals, relationships and all that, right? Getting, I don't know, like just growing your business passively with all of these referrals coming in.
Yeah, correct.
So a few know how to do that. So I think today we're diving deep into all this, but also he's also as an associate director at PFP with 12 years, right, in the finance world. His clients stay with him for years, they refer him and whatsoever, right? So today we're going to be talking about how we can find out more about Jacob's journey and what are some of the, the mindset, the methodologies he used when it comes to approaching his business. All right, so Jacob,
right.
Ready? Let's go.
Come.
Okay, so I think let's just start about your early days, okay? Because back then I know that you were a police officer,
yes,
and then you transitioned into a banker, and now you are a financial advisor, right? Associate director in PFP.
Yes,
right.
correct.
So you're doing like finance and also building a team for yourself.
Yeah.
So I mean, run me through back then, like when you were doing like a police officer. What got you to? How was it like back then? What are some of the things that you have learned, right? And how do you like end up transitioning to being in finance? Because it's quite a big difference.
Jump lah, yeah. A lot of people ask me, hey, 你从警察, you are a police officer, then you change over to finance, you can or not? There was a lot of different learning skills I need to change from being a police officer to a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in the police force, I promoted quite quickly. I went into investigation. So when 以前做警察, when you call people down for statement, we can just, hey, hello, hey, 你下来做, you come down for statement, they'll just come down. Right? No choice, right? Because you're a police officer, you ask them, I got warrant against you, I got the subpoena and stuff.
Yeah.
Then you come to financial and then you have to speak to clients. It's a whole different ball game. Hello, Mr. Client, I'm so-and-so, relationship manager from which bank, can you come down please? That kind of transition is something that you do quickly and do fast.
Right.
So when I was younger, everybody also asked, hey, 为什么你要做警察? I don't look the part. I don't look the part anyway, but yeah, I have that kind of face. But last time when you're in a uniform group, you tend to have that kind of vision. I want to be a police officer, I want to save the world, I want to do many things. Too many Jackie Chan's movie, I think so.
Yeah.
So that got me to be a police officer. But inside there, I realized that a lot of things that some red tips here and there, it kind of limit my eagerness to, 以前10多岁, 20多岁, 你做警察, you're very eager to promote, to show people that you want to promote. But a lot of red tips here and there. So I feel that it kind of muffled my progress. So I took my degree when I was in the police force, and I decided that, hey, I think I can help people somewhere else financially. That's why I joined the banking side.
How long did that shift take? You probably think about it and then it's not an immediate decision, right? So how long were you thinking about it for?
I think for all the uniform people out there, you all will know there's a certain time frame that you will get a certain progression, right?
Okay.
You have to wait like 5 years before you get your first promotion. You get 2 years get a promotion, and that's not guaranteed. And especially in the uniform group, I can tell you, there are many landmines. Something you do wrong, only you're gonna cannot promote, right? So that get me to realize that actually, my progress, my success should be in my control. And not because somebody from upstairs tell you that I look at you, maybe by the time you retire you will get a certain rank only. So you're going to divide out, or you're 20 over, by the time you retire, say 55, you'll end at certain rank. So you divide out, or every few years then you'll promote.
Yeah.
But that is very limited. That means my success, my promotion really depends on, number one, the path that they plan for me. Number two, make sure 你不要踩到地雷咯. Make sure you do everything proper and don't make sure everything is sound lah. Then you can promote. Right. So that's where I realized that after third year, I realized that I need to have control over my own progress, my promotion, my life. I decided to take my degree. Then from having a degree, finance related, that's where I transitioned to banking quite easily.
Right.
Yeah.
So early, can you share me early on, right, when you first transitioned to finance, right? What are some of the struggles you were dealing with?
Like I told you earlier just now,
Yeah.
when I need to do cold calling, last time we do in banking, we also do cold calling. You cold call to people you don't know. Of course, in the banking side, you have a overview of what they have. But asking them to calm down as compared to being a police officer is really very different.
Yeah.
Right? Officer, you call them, they have to calm down. Now you call someone, you have to beg them to calm down. Or they have to have a reason to calm down. Who are you? Every now and then also change relationship manager. Why should I come down and see you? So those were things I need to learn pretty quickly. How to entice customers to have a review with you in the bank. And then the tonality, and then of course control of your tonality can be heard over the phone, right? So you need to control that. And then think of ways to really build that relationship with the clients so that they find that, okay, you know, you have been following up with me so long, then they'll come down lah.
Yeah. So you're talking about building client relationships, and this is something that I think you're known for, right? So where did that, was that like a strength that you had all along, or was it something that you developed, throughout your career?
It kind of, it has certain, I would say, characters in me that I will build relationship pretty fast. But also, I fine-tune a little bit along the way. When it comes to banking side, you meet clients of the higher net worth, right? The way you need to speak to them, the way you connect with them is very different from the mass market clients. So you need to adjust yourself and then build that relationship. Now, previously, when in the early on years of my banking days, it's really just hit and run, right? 关了就走, 关了就走, 关了, okay, thank you, next one, please, thank you. Later I realized actually, those clients that you have serviced or closed before, they actually have a lot more, but they don't want to tell you, right? They hide it from you because who are you? I don't know who you are.
Transactional 啦。
对啊，你 transactional 而已嘛，你只是一个 banker， 穿了西装打领带 so what, right? So I don't know you. So later on when I have a few more instances with clients, we chat a little bit more about their lives, especially their family. You start to realize that actually, they tend to open, actually 我这个银行还有钱. Actually, though, this policy got to mature. Or actually, can you do something? I have this money that 我刚中多多钱进来这样. They will open up a little bit more to you once they know you.
Right.
I would say most of the customer will buy you first before they buy the product.
For sure. So I think that definitely, ever since that shift, right, you managed to probably build more relationship and get some referrals coming in. So this is also something that most FAs are kind of like struggling with, right? It's like, how do I get referrals? I need to keep prospecting and whatsoever. But then for you, it's like you don't need to do all this.
Yeah.
It's like you're just doing what you're meant to do, serving your clients and whatsoever. And naturally, the referrals come in.
Yeah.
Is there any besides relationship building, maybe you can break it down for people to understand what's the flow and so they can apply for themselves.
Okay. There's no secret sauce to my relationship building. Number one, you must be very real. Right? When you go out there and then you 摆一个样子, I'm a financial advisor, I'm a banker, 我们做这个东西. I don't think that kind of relationship can build up from there. Really, when I first meet any clients out there, don't talk about products, don't talk about yourself, talk about the clients. Right? I talk to the clients and say, how are the kids? And I know the kids by name.
Okay.
That's for sure. Yeah, 如果他们有小孩子, especially they have children who are about same age as your children, that'll be best. If they know your family, that'll be best. Alright, they build that kind of instant connection with you. My clients know my children's name. Every now and then, when we first meet up or after some time we haven't met, they want to meet me. Sure. Then they will ask, "Hey, how is Matthias? How is Diane?" They know, right? And I'll ask about their children also. Hey, how are they doing? Or one is a doctor. Hey, how is he? Is it very stressful? Then from there we move on to the real stuff. Right? That relationship must build first. Of course, when it's very new customer, talk about their job. Why talk about yourself?
So first time when you meet them, it's just really like asking them about their life and all that at the start. It's not really about like, what's your problem and how can I solve it for you?
Yeah. 有看过吗? I mean, you have been to McDonald's or you've been to Starbucks. Advisor 先坐下来拿 laptop 开了 and 准备在那边打东西
It's like business first.
Yeah, business first 那边打东西 I mean, 我不懂 For me, when I first meet client 我什么都不带的 我一本书 right, I write down, how are you doing? What job, what industry are you in? 在那边谈咯 about the industry. But of course, as financial advisors, we must know a lot of things lah. Your general knowledge must be there, right? Every single business 你要懂一点东西啦, right? If the guy is very into Bitcoin or very into IT, at least you must know what's happening in the IT side.
You must have like some general knowledge, right?
Yeah, 才聊得到。你 everything also don't know, 你 just, that connection cannot build.
Right.
Unless you have a certain, like Ryan, 你现在在 marketing and doing all the social media and branding and stuff. I will ask about that. How you're doing branding? Let the customer talk more. Let the customer share with you his life. Then from there, actually, 你可以做点 fact find 了了。Don't bring the laptop up and then start to type out. 我要做这个 fact find 啊 Can you tick. 那 customer 觉得你好像要卖我东西哦 ，no 嘞。我现在跟 Ryan 讲话，叫你的 social media branding, how is it doing? What kind of client have you met?
Yeah.
What are the struggles? When you share this kind of thing, it's very different from you share with a financial advisor that's all just to 用 laptop 跟你讲话这样。
Right.
Yeah.
But when you meet these people or you speak to them, are they naturally also like leaning more towards this kind of conversation? I don't know. Maybe there may be some people who are just like, I just want to get my investment side sorted, and then they just really come here to get things sorted and don't want to talk so much. I don't. Maybe there are some people who are like that. Have you came across people like that?
I've met customer who come in and sit down. What do you have to offer? 直接坐下来哦。
Oh shit!
什么都不用讲哦。The moment sit down, what do you have to offer? Now that's where you need to react as a financial advisor, and you must also have the part the knowledge to go about it. 如果你进去你就讲ILP, no, I mean come on. Right? We need to go like how's the general market first, and then weigh in what is the customer view of things. Of course, when we first, if customer 跟你讲说 Bitcoin is the way to go, but as financial advisors, we may not have that product that suits to Bitcoin. But you cannot say upfront and say, hey, I don't agree. I don't agree Bitcoin is gonna be the way. Right? You cannot be, because most of the customers will be taken aback, like you're trying to go against my thinking, right? I always tell my advisors and any advisors who come to me and ask me for advice, right? Sometimes you have to agree with the customer first. Their view can be right or wrong. It's their prerogative, right?
But just agree.
Just agree first. But of course, when you agree to a certain point, there are certain things like, smoking is good. You cannot say you agree smoking is good. True. But I can say smoking is, I think smoking brings along certain, ease of, ease you from stressful environments and stuff like that. But sometimes, everybody knows when health comes into play, smoking may not be the best way to de-stress. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, like smoking can 帮你 de-stress.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm telling you that, there are other ways of de-stressing without harming your health. But in a very natural way.
Right. Without saying like, no, you're wrong.
When you first say no, you build that wall. Then where does the relation come from?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that part is gold, right? I think most people, like, sometimes they can be too honest, right? They will just say things and then they, like, unknowingly maybe offend some people.
Yes.
Right? So I think this boils down to maybe EQ, right? So
yes.
Do you think EQ is something that people naturally have and it's just some people can't have it? Or is it something that people can build and develop?
I think EQ is something that you can slowly acquire. If you really is zero EQ 的那种, I'm sorry to say you have a long way to climb. But you have certain form of EQ, but you need to build on with experience, right? Sometimes you can speak to other advisors out there. You see the way they talk, 他们的 the way they handle objections. You can learn a little bit from there, but of course, don't lose favor of yourself.
Yeah.
Right? 你要有自己的那种 flavor 啦, right? You cannot act like somebody. You want to build a relationship, you have to be truthful. You have to build that truthfulness lah, right? When people see you, 你是假假的, people can sense, right? But of course, being able to handle EQ part of the business is sometimes you have to go through experience, I think. But at the meantime, sometimes also through some of the TikToks that you see, you can learn something from there. Don't scroll TikTok just to see this Instagrammer, that Instagrammer, or this influencer doing this and that. More importantly is what are the lessons you can learn from other sources. Sometimes they share like, some people behave this way because of. Then how you're going to handle. Those are the videos that I will see. right？ 那种太过那种哇，谁跟谁吵架这种 ，who cares？Who
Yeah.
cares?
Brain rot content.
Brain rot content. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, more importantly is how you handle certain human relationship stuff. I think it's important. Then from there, you can build on your EQ power lah.
Did that come in naturally for you in the business? You know, when you first started doing FA or maybe back then doing banking, like this is something that you were already naturally good at, EQ, and then of course, building relationship with clients. Is this something natural for you, or is it something that maybe you were struggling with, right? You were maybe very transactional back then in your practice, and then you realize that, hey shit, there has to be another way, and then that's how you ended up doing this. I don't know, right? But what was your like journey like for that?
EQ didn't came to me naturally. People who know me from my secondary school days say that Jacob, wow, sibei hao lian. This guy sibei hao lian one. Don't know, 跟他讲话没有得讲的 because he think he know a lot of things, and that naturally forms into a little bit into 我的 banking days. Hey, I'm a banker,穿那个西装打一个领带, I know structured products, I know investment bonds and all that. But 你讲这样多 to clients who actually they don't really know all those jargons. You know what can you close?
Yeah.
Right? Then slowly when you realize that actually 你在跟 customer 讲话他好像在a deer in headlights 这样看不到你 don't know, right? But if your EQ is low, you won't know. You just keep continue babbling. 可以签吗？那 customer 讲说我都不懂你在讲什么东西。I don't even understand. Right? But if you build a relationship after that, I realize when you break things down to a little bit more easier to understand, and then you can sense from customers the 坐姿啦, the way they answer you, their eye contact with you and stuff. Actually, it's easier close.
Yeah.
Then 你把你全部的 knowledge 摆在桌子上, because in the end the customer don't understand a single thing that you're talking about. Yeah. So EQ for me, it came slowly, and I built up from there. 而不是一朝一夕有的啦。
Right.
I told you 我的 secondary school mate 可以跟你讲说，哇 Jacob this guy when he's secondary school 哇又是 counselor 啦 head prefect 啦，又是 choir 啦，又是 NPCC head 啦，又是什么好练到比赛。That was back then when in secondary school, right? But I learned from the experiences I have interacting with people, especially during my police day I learned empathy quite a bit as well. Then that's where it really change my way of thinking, and the EQ side start to build up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So, I mean, before we start this episode, you also shared with me that you finally cleared your TOT. Right?
COT.
Sorry. We have to re-edit this part.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just start again. So, at the start of this, before the start of this podcast, right, you shared with me that you finally cleared your COT in less than a year. So,
yes.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
So, where do you think this breakthrough comes from? Is it mainly from whatever that you are focusing on as well, which is your strengths in relationship building, or what other things you work on?
Right. I've been in the industry for many years, and I think a lot of advisors also have that kind of feeling. 到了 all my customers 都已经变了瓶颈了。Like 榨干了, they say 榨干了, 没有 customer 了, right? But I feel that because with estate planning, my side is quite focused on estate planning.
Yeah.
With estate planning, the things that we speak about, the things that we talked about, and naturally we have to get different people involved. Estate planning, we get different people involved, and from the different people involved, up to 4 executors that we can nominate, right?
Yeah.
And those 4 you usually 可以在meet them. The executors can meet them, and then from there 你可以再 expand another 4. The power of 4 I would call them, right?
Right.
The power of 4. 因为你一直作为一样的 customer, customer 好像要 meet Jacob 要买我东西, that kind of thing, right? So from there we do estate planning, and then we expand from there. But of course it also lays back to when you meet the executor who never met you before, because someone nominated him as executor, that relationship, that first EQ come into play. It's a whole comprehensive thing lah. You have to really start build that small talk with the clients, and then from there you build out your relationship, that trust, and then you build more from there. The power of 4 lah. That's what I call. Of course, my existing customers, they also know that I don't product push, right? Unless they really need. And a lot of them this year, I think quite a number of my clients are moving towards the retirement age. And they realize that actually 很多钱在 account 嘞。
Right.
很多钱在 account 没有not earning that much 以前 I think in the earlier part of this 2025, a lot of advisors find that very difficult to close case. 这边那个T bills giving 4%, what can my investment or what can my endowment do for them? But slowly by this second half of the year, you find that the T bills interest came down, and then customers 就有钱了咯。They come and find you, Jacob, what can I do with money? Now T bills so low. It's natural one. Natural one. You 不用去跟 customer 讲说 your interest came down. Right?
They just find you.
They will come and find you, Jacob. I need to find some other ways to make money naturally. But it also comes with certain work that's in play lah. Every single month, bi-weekly, I will also inform my customers of the current market situation. Sometimes I also build in like T-bill 现在的 rate 是多少? You influence them in their decision. I think influence is better than persuasion. It's much more powerful than persuasion.
Right.
If you kind of tell them how the market is, where should be doing their investments, although they may not take the action now, but somehow they 在他们的 subconsciously 他们知道说Jacob got mentioned actually the market will be like that.
Yeah.
会这样 interest rate came down, it really came down. Then it kind of strengthened the messages that you have been giving to your clients, and then when they have money, 他们不会找别人嘛。
Yeah.
They can't find you.
Yeah. Just now you talk about influence and persuasion. I really like that because I really strongly believe that influence comes first, then persuasion.
Yes.
Right. And I think end of the day, when it comes to how you build relationship with clients, is to, of course, let them like you first, let them like feel that, hey, actually you're quite a good guy, trustworthy and knowledgeable and whatsoever. Then from there, when you start to maybe talk about business, then they'll be more open to hear about whatever they offer, rather than the whole other way around, whereby maybe that's what most advisors are doing, right? They switch the whole thing, they just talk about the product first, before even understanding the prospect well, or like to really make the prospect feel that, hey, do you really care for me? Are you really just here to sell or what? So I think this is quite valuable, right, for people to really learn from this, is that really influence comes first, then position, and then how can they really set the first impression well. And then people trust you, right? So of course now when it comes to that, okay, maybe people might think, oh my god, now I make a client like me, okay, then maybe he want to buy from me, right? Then now what, like how can I make sure that they refer, or how can I make sure that they come back to me to maybe, I don't know, buy more things without even having me to ask? Because you mentioned just now, it's like you don't directly ask, they just come to you. Then to some people, but if I don't ask, then how do they how would they come?
Right. I think referral, a lot of the advisor have this problem of asking referrals. I think it's natural. When I first started my business, asking referral like, 你可以给我10个 your top 10 contact. Sometimes 我们以前的 manager 说，给我你 top 10 contact then I will go and contact them. Number one thing those people that you contact the first 10 they don't even know you
Yeah.
They don't even know you
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes I will send my Instagram to my client and say, 你 send 给你的朋友 So at least they can know that maybe they're interested, but they want to see you first. They know you from where? 现在 in the world of social media, they know you first before they meet you 啦。有多少个 client 不会先去 check 看你这个名字先
Right.
check 看check 一下 Instagram, this guy who is he 这个 guy 只是每天出国，每天耗练他的车而已that kind of it build a kind of impression.
Yeah.
That for me this year round is quite changing because this year I engaged Trident for the social media branding as well. A lot of people know me as you are that Chong sir or you are that 榴莲 guy.
榴莲 guy.
Yeah, because I did a
the durian video was quite interesting.
I did a durian video with one of the durian seller that I've been dealing for some time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will say, 你是那个榴莲 guy, so but they want to know you first.
Yeah, so when you talk about now we are in the world of social media and of course the relationship building part.
Yes.
Of course the relationship building part is something they already have. And then of course lastly when you start working together, you build up the social media.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So after doing this whole thing, right, you said to me that hey, now there are more people recognizing you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like what would you say to people, right, who are in the same line as you? Right, they maybe hear things like, social media is important, but like, it doesn't work, it's slow, it's like no results. What would you say to them now that you have tried it for yourself and what would you let them know about this?
Okay, initially, to be honest, I do my own social media posting and stuff, but 一头雾水 one, right? Because you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start, what the content I need to do, what I have to video down that can attract people. To be honest, social media is to attract people. True or not? So when I engage Trident, I'm surprised. They are not just a video person. Oh, 你要拍什么？我跟你拍了。But you know what is it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
There are a lot of video firm out there that can do for you. Definitely, 你自己拍也是可以啊，买一个好的 camera 就可以做了。
Yeah, sometimes I even tell my clients to do it.
Yeah, 买一个 mic, then 你买一个 video 自己拍就可以了。But what Trident did for me was they gave me a blueprint. That blueprint was something that was mind blowing for me. Right? They plan out, 你应该这样子做，这样子做，这样子做。你的 social media, you know, these are things that you need to show. There are things that you don't, we will keep aside. All right. We put business and your social life a little bit different, or personal life a bit different, so that people can recognize you for this particular stuff. And then that blueprint was mind changing for me because it lays out what I need to do, what kind of personality I want to project out to the social media side.
Yeah.
And that really works well for me. Right? And I tell a lot of my advisors out there, if you want to do social media, 可以. What is your blueprint? 你要有个 blueprint. You need to have consistency.
Right.
很多人做到一半不要做了。很多人做的 because no view 嘛。Right?
Yeah.
Then 如果你 social media 是在卖东西的话 please, I think compliance side 可能不会过。
Yeah.
Compliance side 可能不会过。But if your compliance 过的话 I think your video also don't get much view.
Yeah.
Alright? So that's why for myself, when I have a discussion with Trident and your group, I want to be someone who is able to value add to advisors more. Alright? Customers can know me from the way I share my stuff. And then customer 会从那边知道 actually 你是一个比较 relationship building 的。Alright, although I didn't specifically go towards like product, but they know you because they want you as a financial advisor because they know that you really care for themselves.
Right,
for them.
right.
Yeah.
So this is also something that I, of course, like, you know, share with you and of course to my clients and to even people out there, like, you know, who, approach Trident for help, is that when it comes to doing content, most of the time, they know it's important. Then they try doing themselves, like, you know, for your case, you try doing yourself and then you don't know what to do and whatsoever. That's a common thing for everybody, right? But that's because they don't have the blueprint, they don't have the direction, which is why after like having a direction, a clear plan, clearly know who we are serving, what's their pain point, what kind of content that I can create to resonate with them, then that's where everything becomes a lot clearer. And when it comes to creating content, you'll be, it's just more straightforward. You don't need to think about so broad, so sporadic, can talk about anything under the sun.
Correct.
So I think that's what most people maybe they can start with, right? When it comes to creating content, right? They know that it's important. They don't know how to start, right? Think about, who you want to serve first. Think about what makes you unique. Think about what's your specialization. Or maybe your backstory. Sometimes when I look at clients' backstory, I realize that, your backstory is really unique. I think your backstory can really resonate with people in this area because you've been through that journey, blah, blah, blah. So that's also something that I do, like, and I work with many, like, people, and, most of them are also in same industries.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to be like, okay, you're a financial advisor, oh, you're gonna talk about the same thing.
Yeah, there's no uniqueness.
Yeah. So I think you've been through the whole thing with us and you realize that wherever we work with our clients, we want to make sure that, hey, we really understand them deeper so that we come up with things that are unique for them.
Yeah.
So it's not like, generic and same for everybody else. Yeah. So I think this is one thing that maybe people who are watching this, you can just like take note of, like, what some of the things that you want to create, how you want to be known as. And from there, you can start to hopefully plan out something. If not, you can obviously reach out to us for help. Okay. But anyways, Jacob, thanks for sharing your experience also. I think definitely people who are watching this can learn, right? So now it's about, you growing your team, grooming your team. You have a team of like advisors, right? Five. Yeah. So of course, when you work with this group of people, what do you realize, like, what kind of problems do you think they usually like approach you with? Like, hey, Jacob, I have this problem, that problem. Like, what kind of things that they are struggling with? How can you help them?
哪一个 advisor 不会去跟 manager 讲我不够 lead 的？every manager will say, 我不够 lead. But I mean, every advisor will go to the manager and say 我不够 lead. Can you give me leads? 每次讲不够give me leads.
Yeah.
I tell my advisors, actually this business in financial advisory is your own business, right? And customer buy, not buy me 不是 buy Jacob, your manager, buy you. What is unique about you? And then how do you think that 你可以 attract the like-minded clients? Alright? So one of the books that I've seen not too long ago was 12 Characteristics of a Successful Salesperson. And they actually says that you as a person will attract that kind of customer. Alright? 如果你是那种婆婆妈妈不果断那种 you'll meet customer that I go back and think about it.
Yeah.
You know, they're like that. 如果你是那个很怕 investment 的 you will also attract them a customer. So when I tell my team, right, it's really to of course the power of 4 that everybody of my team they know. The second part is how do you want your business to be? What kind of clients do you want to attract? Then let's build on that. I teach you to fish so that you will have abundance of fish.
Yeah.
Alright? And not I keep feeding you. 有一天我死掉怎么办？谁喂你？
Yeah.
Right? So I told them, 你自己要想着一个 business model, business strategy, how you get leads. And at the same time, it must fit them lah. Like 我的 team 我有一个是 PT 的。
Okay.
It's very into physical training, right?
Okay.
Fitness.
Yeah.
Then the kind of customer that you want to attract, the customer that speak your lingo, 就是那个啦, right? Then how do you attract them?
Right.
You attract them by, organizing different activities for clients, and the clients will naturally have to bring a friend. Then you build from there lah.
Oh.
You build from there. Alright. I have one another advisor who is into plants, very green hands. Then 你就做一个 activity that is related to this and bring your client or your friends along to build certain activities together lah.
Yeah.
And that's where you build relationship also.
Right.
That connection quite fast one. I got green fingers, you got green fingers. Let's talk.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about that also because some people might think that, if I run this kind of events, client events or whatsoever, it's like me putting money and then they don't see the return immediately, right? But actually, for me, I always think that, when you spend this kind of money, right, you build this kind of relationship, and then your potential clients will refer you more, or they'll trust you more, or they'll stay with you more, right? Or they recommend you more.
Sticky,
and it's like whatever you pay for that event or what, right? I think easily can make your money back, right? So, like, in fact, I also speak to many people and I share them that, this is one thing that they can do, right, outside of social media. In fact, if you do all these things, then there's more things for you to talk about in social media.
Yeah.
In fact, people are like, I got nothing to talk about, nothing to show. That's because you're not doing all of this. Because if you, spend time doing all of this, maybe you go for talks, you organize events or whatsoever, then that's where your social media can be very, very interesting, right? And that's where more people know, like, this is how you actually do things, how you actually serve your clients and whatsoever. Then that's where, everything just amplifies. Right, you don't just like do this like client event just to think about I need to spend money to organize event and like that. I must think about how you can maximize it, right? So end of the day, I believe that if it's done right, the returns will definitely come.
我觉得 advisor 跟我讲说我没有时间做 event， 我没有时间做这个东西哦。Let's go into detail 啦。
Yeah.
你早上做什么？你早上如果你有运动 good 啦 ，good for you, right? After 早上你去吃早餐 ，what are you doing? 你在 eating your breakfast, are you looking for things to do with your clients? Or are you like scrolling TikTok and see 谁跟谁吵架 who and who together or not together?
Yeah, so how to use your time.
How to use your time, that's one thing, right? Then I think in the financial advisory side, I also need to change up things. Don't keep having seminars that is for products.
Yeah.
But doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's not as effective. I would say it doesn't work. It worked previously, but it's not as effective now. Today we need to move 1 inch ahead of others. 人家在做 seminar for products. Maybe you should be doing seminars for relationship buildings. Relationship, or say do things that is more catered to customers' liking.
Yeah, for sure.
Then from there, 你才去做你的 whatever you need to do slowly when you get to fact find, know the family, know the children, then 再慢慢去 build. 如果你今天放1块钱，你马上要拿回那个钱的话 I think maybe you can go and try the slot machine in MBS. 可能有 chance 啦 right? 放1块 maybe 拿一个50块回来的 I don't know.
Right.
But business you need to invest first. 一定要 invest first. 如果你不肯出钱的话 then 有点难啦 right? You need to invest first. Relationship 也是一样 You need to give value first. Before customers will think that, okay, let me give back some value to you by buying something from you because I trust you. Because you have given me value.
For sure. Then of course, I don't know, when it comes to doing that, right? Some people might think that, oh my God, if I need to build relationship whatsoever, it's such a long process. What if some people, you probably have heard also, like what if they just want fast results? I just want this, I just want to close, I just want the money in. But then if I do this whole relationship building thing, it's so long and then I need to spend so much money and then I blah, 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 right? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? You probably have heard a lot about this also.
Yeah, lot of large numbers lah. Look, if your closure rate, if let's say there are people who can close very well, like 你的 closure rate 是 60%, right? You need to push up by 多少个 percentage, then you go and go back the maths, right? For me, relationship has been always the fundamental of my financial advisory business. Yes, it was a long process, slightly longer. I won't say very long, but long process. But it's something I click dividends from. Alright? 你以为我的 customer 不会 refer 他的孩子给我咩？他孩子就永远在10多岁咩？不可能啊！
Yeah.
Right, I tell you honestly, I know I've customers who are from banking side, and when they follow me to the FA business 他们的孩子从10多岁今天已经做医生了。那个医生的 business 不是你的咩？ You need to build, right? Of course, if you can close fast, I mean everybody wants it, right? But of course, 你的 closure rate 要高啦 and you must at least have that customers who is 比较果断的。今天坐下来跟你讲这个都是 business, I want to buy now. But you must have the knowledge, of course, and you must have that some characteristic to charisma. I would say charisma, right? Charisma to close it on set. 可以的话可以
Yeah.
of course. But relationship building with clients, I tell you that dividends is what I'm clipping now.
Right.
Right? 他们 refer 他们的 friend, 时不时会讲说 my friend looking for this. You go and call her. Every now and then 不是说久久一次。It's like maybe 1 month 有3个4个这样。不要忘记那些 travel insurance, car insurance. Sometimes they will refer to you also 你觉得 car insurance like maybe 我不要做了 car insurance 无聊的赚不到钱。I can tell you from car insurance I can know a lot about the person. What car are you driving? A BM4 series. Are you taking any loans? Full cash. 哇，直接那个 alarm bell 响，噔噔噔噔噔。This customer 就是有钱嘛。Then build the relationship from there 啦。You must be able to think fast.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
For sure. Of course, now that you have kind of like you have hit your COT this year, right? Congrats on that.
Thank you.
And of course, now you're kind of like you shared with me just now. You're planning for next year already.
Yes.
So can you share with us what's the next thing you're planning for 2026?
2026, I'm looking at my team for achieving all their accolades. So 今年 I think I managed to push help my team member to hit their MDRT and COT as well. Next year, we for my team, I told them that we have to have the end in mind, right? So from the end in mind, let's work back the numbers. You have to go into 2026 with certainty and not like whims and fancy. Meaning I want to be MDRT. Okay, MDRT 多少 amount? 多少 APE? What's your closure rate? We have come down to statistics. We don't like to do that, right? As a salesperson, 什么 statistic 听了就闲。But if you don't do that, you don't really know actually where your business come from. How can you improve that particular closure rate? Whether is it pushing up your appointment setting, or is it pushing up the amount of people that you gotta meet, right? So 这个东西要先做好先。
Right.
Then with that goal in mind, with that end in mind, you push back the numbers. You'll be having a very like blueprint, like going back to blueprint, you know what to do. 你哪里 short fall, then from there we'll move on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Next year, my team, I told them 全部最少 MDRT.
Yeah.
Now 我们是差那一点点。Yeah, but okay one, 做得到的。
Awesome.
You must always have that goal in mind and say that 我们做得到的。But how to do it? Okay, let's put it on the numbers.
That's great. Let's see how we can support you with that for 2026 as well.
Thank you.
Okay, but as we are wrapping up, maybe just one more thing you would like to share to the audience that's maybe watching this, right? What's the one thing that you can maybe the last value that you can impart for today's series? Yeah, is there anything that you'd like to share to the audience?
我觉得 financial advisory is not a very easy business whereby a lot of the finfluencer keep bashing that financial advisor or insurance agents are just out there for money and all that. Yeah, but generally I say 真的 build that relationship with your client. No more in depth, really. No more in depth. When I say no more in depth, really go into the family, know the family by name.
Yeah.
And build that relationship stronger. And then you will clip that dividends. You will clip the dividends later. Maybe in 1 year, 2 years time, you will get the business. 一定是你的 because you're always there. Remember, you must always be around your customer, be it updating your customer, sending them broadcast messages. 就是好像 Dolby Sound， 我每次在我的 video 讲 I must be the Dolby Surround Sound. I'm always around you. 你做什么东西我都是 somewhere around there. If they ask you about things that's not related, maybe you can get somebody for this client. Alright, you build that relationship, you build that trust, you clip the dividend, you'll thank me for it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's solid stuff. I think definitely a lot of things to learn from today's series, right?
Thank
About
you.
referrals, relationship building, how you connect your business. I think that's really valuable stuff. So thanks, Jacob, for taking the time to join me in this podcast. And I also heard it's your first podcast, so
Yes.
it went pretty well, right?
I hope so. Yes. Thank you.
It went well. So thanks so much for your time, and for the audience watching, right? I hope you guys have learned a lot from Jacob today. And if you guys are curious about what he's doing, just go and check out his social media, and I'll just put it somewhere in the link in the description. I'm gonna check him out, and then we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye bye.